Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Welcome back to TerickTime. We are still hanging out here at Miranopa Junction, and if you haven't seen the last episode, definitely go check it out. We built that big old honkin' conservatory over there. Tons of details, lots of fun bits of action happened over there. Definitely something worth checking out. So, I want to try a slightly different approach in today's episode. Instead of going into creative and building up a big fantastic build and then coming over here and just being a 3D printer, I think I'm gonna try and build, well, purely in survival. You know, I have a kind of idea or a concept or a color palette worked out, but shape and everything else absolutely completely gone. So yeah, let's try doing something a little bit different this episode. Probably going to get a little less done, but I feel like this is a good thing for me, and hopefully you feel like coming along for the ride. So let's get started. In today's episode, I want to build, well, a building, because, well, that's what I do. And we're going to be using this plot right here. Going to be sculpting with the clay we got from the last episode, and just kind of figuring on how to get a layout going. So first of all, I need to figure out how wide this is. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we are 18 wide, which unfortunately is not nice because even numbers in buildings are just, well, taboo. So I think which side would be better to pull it from? I think actually we're going to pull it from this side here. So that's going to be our shape. We'll have a little bit more room here, so we can either do some more kind of street activities, like maybe some carts or armor stands or stuff like that. It gives us a little bit of room, because if we end up doing another building along here and a building along here, it doesn't leave a lot of room for activities. But that's okay. So now I'm going to quickly count out this side here, and we are 21 on this side. Now, if I just go straight over here, you can kind of see we have a little bit of a problem, which I am going to be using the free camera a little bit more in this, just to kind of visually show you. Right now we just have a big rectangle, which, well, a big rectangle's boring. So I'm going to probably cut a little bit of this off here, leave some room in this back corner, and yeah, let's see what I can come up with here. Okay, so this is the basic shape that we're going to be going for. So this little section here is going to be a cutout. So the first floor is going to come up, and then the second floor is going to be over top of this. This kind of section here is going to be only one level tall. So it's going to give a little bit of just depth and height around the build, hopefully. That's my hope here. And then probably we can do a reverse cutout. So here we can kind of do a cutout on the second floor here and make a space for like a balcony kind of thing. The goal is to have this entire street all the way down to the stairs kind of be visible, but it to have the best way I can show you is this feel right here. This is what I want, that clutter where it feels like the buildings are just looming up above you, but there's a lot, there's a lot going on, but it's not overly. All right, I have a big old shape here now. And if we just go back into the free camera, we have, so bottom floor set up with a little like entryway here and a little cutout here. Second floor, this section here is going to be cut off, and we're probably going to do like a little sloped roof, maybe, depending. We could do like a quarter of an oval roof there and kind of have like a glass dome here. Or the other thing I'm thinking is we could make it a fairly flat roof, and then we can kind of have this whole section here and make it like a big LED neon sign. So we could do something fun like that there. And then, yeah, little cutout here so we can have like a little balcony here. Or the other thing we could do, again, flat roof, and then have like a big LED sign coming up here. Like, I really want that cyberpunk, yeah, there's got to be all these neon signs, kind of like I did at the front of the soup shop and all this here. There's a lot of light going on, which is definitely the feel that I want to continue up into this section here. And then on the very top here, I'm Not 100% sold on this little chunk here, but it's basically just a rectangle with a quarter circle on one side. I don't know. I haven't gotten that far, but it felt a little short. So because I want to have kind of a tallish building there, something short, something really small and short there, and then probably another taller building in this back corner plot here. But yeah, I haven't gotten that far, so we're just gonna keep sticking with this one. So I'm gonna go grab a couple more blocks now because I am going to need probably more clay. I'm gonna have to go hit up another lush cave. But I do want to grab the the other accent block I plan on using, which is going to be smoothstone. So kind of that little palette kind of thing there. So I'm gonna go start filling in a little section of wall, so you can kind of get an idea of what we're gonna be doing. All right, so there we have a decent little start to the makings of a wall. You know, some texture flowing through it, trying to keep the overall direction of the texture vertical. So a lot of the lines are kind of moving upwards, even if they do kind of squiggle around a little bit. But that is going to make the building perspectively and visually look taller than it actually is. So that's a good thing. So I'm gonna I'm gonna grab some storage and set myself up a little bit so I can kind of work on some. Well, actually, I should probably get these sections of walls finished first. So let me yeah, do that. Yay! We have a giant plain wall with absolutely no back, but that's okay. Now I want to start working on some of the detailing. I originally was planning on using like a stripped crimson potentially, but I feel like maybe with the red of the harbor there, maybe it's a bit much on the red. Or is it? You know what? No, I'm still gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. So let me grab some crimson and some chests to store stuff because, well, I'm gonna need that. So give me 1 second. Okay, so I have some crimson, not stripped, but that's okay. So the first line I think we're gonna do is, well, we're gonna lay out a couple of lines. So we want a strip going up here all the way up to the top. That is a good thing. And then this one is going to be here, but it's going to have to go up to here, and then we're going to have to start and stop something there. I'm not 100% sure how yet, but I thought maybe the chiseled nether brick or maybe the chiseled deep slate. Maybe. I don't know. We're going to have to play and see. So I'm just going to start working on getting some of these kind of lines moved up, and the probably here. So if we put that on this one, and just gonna work our way up here as well. Do this one here. Doink. That one there. What do we think? Probably the chiseled deep slate. The nether brick is just a little too in tune, and I want something a little contrasty on the ends of that. So yeah, definitely gonna have to go with that one. So I'm gonna quickly sleep the terrible night away and get a couple more of these strips put up, and let's take a look. All right. Lots more of the crimson has been put in through a little bit, just kind of as a cross section here as well. But yeah, definitely right call with the chiseled deep slate for the top there. Sorry, chiseled nether brick. I'll use you one day. I'm not sure where, but now we need to start figuring out some windows. So because this kind of is offset at the top here, I don't want to have a window centered here, and then off centered here. So we're actually going to be taking our windows and centering them in that top point for the entire way. So our floors are 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? So that means we can probably do 3 high windows in these sections and be able to get away with it. So this would actually probably be a really good spot for like another sign. So like 2 wide sea lanterns, trapdoors on the sides, and the paintings on the top. So about like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So like 14 sea lanterns, like a big honking sign right there. I think that sounds like a good idea. Alrighty, windows cut out, and I have an idea where if I this might look good, it might look horrible. I don't really know yet. So we're gonna go with Prismarine as our accent block here. This may or may not work. I don't know. That's better. Now, if I can go around and maybe add a little bit of detail with some crimson trap doors, just a little bit here and there, and we do a little bit of this here, not there. There we go. Something like that. And maybe a little bit there. And no. Maybe. I don't know. We'll come back to that. But just that little bit. Just add a little bit of character on the detailing just to make it look a little less plain, but still kind of not, too much. I do think dividing the windows up was definitely a better call. It was too big of a window for how big of a wall space it was. So this definitely works much better. So now I need to figure out some type of just horizontal divider to kind of run from this corner to this corner. And if I am using the chiseled deep slate there, probably going to use something a little bit of a darker tone. Some type of slab, so you can literally just go into your crafting table and type slab, and then you can kind of look at everything that's available. I don't want to go like a light gray because it'll blend in with the wall too much, but maybe an andesite? Maybe? Well, it's still pretty gray. Still pretty gray. We have some sandstone options we could play with. We also do have a lot of copper. We could play with copper. Maybe we play with copper. Let's see. So I kind of maybe sort of changed my mind. I forgot to do the thing though. Okay, so I did some playing with some belly bands and have kind of settled on the nether brick. And I know I said I was going to do greenery here, but with the belly band, it just doesn't work. So lights it is. And yeah, I'm not hating it. I'm really not. I get the sea lanterns obviously need paintings put on them to kind of make them look more like signs. But yeah, not hating it. Where I'm at now is, well, we just have a front facade right now, but I need to come up with a little bit of a trim here. And probably put something on top of that. Maybe, 1 second. Yes, that works. All we're going to do is basically raise the block up by 1. So then whatever we put here for kind of like the edging to our roof here, probably still going to go with the flat, because the more I think about it, I really like the idea of just having like just a massive obnoxious sign on this side. So when you're kind of coming into Miranova Junction, you just get hit by this giant wall of light there. I really like that idea. So, but yeah, I am going to, well, alter a couple more of these chiseled blocks, and then thinking it's going to be something like a dark tone, probably to match this. So we're probably going to do something similar to this here and use the polished deep slate for this edge as well. So I'm going to go play with that, and I'll show you what it looks like. All right, I think that works really well. Like, obviously, well, you would be seeing it from here. So you'll kind of see some of that deep slate along the edges there. But if we kind of go up here, doing like a full block with a slab on top, A for spawning, B just gives it a little bit extra. And then here, because it's running directly on the wall, which it's not going to be, that there needs to be a crimson. Hang on. Thought I was being so smart, breaking up a flat wall with some stairs. Nope. Nope, just, you know, didn't put the thing in properly, so that's gonna go there, and then, like that. Okay. Okay. It's still really flat, but I will run nether brick along here, same as here to break that up. So we'll lose this block to nether brick, and then we have our roof kind of here, 1, 2, maybe a block or 2 here as well for the roof to come up there, but we'll still have lots of space to make a giant big billboard sign, which will be great. But I really like how this is coming along. It's something a little different color palette than I usually work with, especially the so heavy on the crimson. It's a lot, I know, but I really wanted to try something different and kind of walk you through a little bit more of my building process. So hopefully you're still here. Okay. Now that I have basically the principles of the build figured out, I need to, of course, go around, add finer details like the paintings. We're going to have to break this up a little bit. Maybe this is where we can throw some greenery, or maybe we have like a little Spider-Man climbing up the wall. You just don't know. We're only limited by our imaginations, right? So, but I am going to get the rest of these walls all put in and get all the crimson put in so we can kind of have a better idea of where we're going to finish up with this build. So, alrighty. I have gone through and done all of the walls. Now I need to go through and add all of the stripped crimson onto all of the corners. So like 1, 2, 1, 2, probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, a bunch of it. So let me go ahead and do that. So I got distracted by, well, building. It was good. It was fun. Um, Done a bunch of work. So added in all the windows, added in a whole bunch of sea lanterns around to kind of give it some feel. I don't know. It feels advertising. I just need to put a whole bunch of paintings on. I'm now thinking that this one here, it's too far inset, and I should sleep before I get, exploded or punted or something. Good morning to you too. Okay. We'll just go up onto the roof. We'll go onto the roof. Okay, this is better. Yeah, this little tower of sea lanterns probably should come all the way out to that block there. That will definitely help that. Yeah, just a bunch of windows, the big block of sea lanterns here, and then kind of just the cobbled deep slate of the deep slate bricks for that flat roof feel. So, yeah, I wouldn't say I love it yet, but I do really like where this is going. I think we need to add some final details, things like antennas. A whole bunch of paintings need to get put on. I need to finish a couple of little doorways and a little bit of detailing in here. But overall, really happy for winging this one completely. Like, yeah, it's been good. So I'm gonna go grab a couple stacks of paintings. And what else did I say? Oh yeah, this thing. This thing needs to be moved. I'm gonna sort this out, grab my paintings, and we shall see what it looks like. Well, folks, I think it's done. It's not, perfect. There's definitely little bits and sods that might be able to be improved upon later. Something along the there we go. I can always do something in here potentially. Not entirely sure what. Maybe it's a sea lantern with a couple of trapdoors. I don't know. I've got a little bit of room that I can kind of play with in this section here, kind of, well, basically above all of the windows. I have a little bit of a blank spot there, but I don't really want to over detail it. So I'm just kind of leaving it blank for now, but you know what? This was just a couple of hours, one evening, hanging out. and I'm absolutely thrilled. Oh, and I built a tree. Here. There we go. So just a little custom tree coming out the back here, a little bit of landscaping, nothing crazy, but it's just that little bit that kind of is needed, and just brings a little bit of greenery and life to the corner, which I really liked. So, and then, yeah, all of the paintings went up, almost 2 stacks, which was a lot, but totally worth it. Little antenna, and then brought over another satellite dish here because, well, they just kind of make the skyline happen a little bit more. It's a little more interesting, especially when you're on that further back view, having, you know, those antennas, the little drones flowing around, and then having that little satellite dish there with the mob farm in the back, just kind of all helps bring it together. So yeah, really happy with how this turned out, especially for one evening, a couple of hours. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it. I know this has been a little bit of a weird one, definitely something different, but let me know what you think. Do you want to see more of the building process, or do you just want me to go back to time lapses? Entirely up to you. And well, yeah, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.